Today, I have a new video for you guys because Amanda Bynes has been going through it for like 8 years now, and there's a reason why she has been going through these struggles. One of those reasons may be her father, Rick Bynes, who has been accused of, by Amanda, of physically and verbally harming her, which is obviously not all right, and this, along with other things, may have contributed to her issues that she has dealt with and the mental health struggles that she is currently going through right now. So, let's get into it. If you guys haven't seen my video on Amanda Bynes, definitely go check it out, like right now, because it's iconic. I go through so much of what has happened to Amanda Bynes over the last few years. But in this video, I want to talk about something I kind of skimmed over in that video because I didn't really want to talk about it then because it is so controversial. She made claims that her father, Rick, has done things to her which are unthinkable, something that no one should go through. And today I want to revisit some of those tweets and talk about them, but I also want to give you guys a little insider scoop. I feel so weird saying that, like, ew. I guess I'm like a reporter or commentator. I don't really know what I am on YouTube. I'm just like, this is like my diary and whatever. And someone who is close to Amanda and close to her management and who was hired by her parents, like someone who was very close to her in general, has reached out to me and they shared a lot. So I'm just going to go ahead and read that later on. It's their thoughts on Amanda of what was going on and their feelings. I just want to provide that to you guys because I got it, and why not? Obviously, it's not my opinion or my experience, but I want to share it with you guys because it's an insider scoop. So let's talk about those tweets that Amanda posted. Well, when Amanda was going through it, you guys know that she tweeted a lot online. Some things nice, some things not nice at all. I am sorry, Rihanna. But she was obviously going through it, and I feel like during this time, she was trying to share some of her struggles and open up and just find some help because obviously she was in need. And when I read these tweets, honestly, it's very hard to read personally just because we all have our own like trauma, and just I feel like we can relate to Amanda because even though she's a star and she's lived such a different life, she's obviously gone through some very traumatic things, and I feel like we need to acknowledge them and recognize that there are some problems here. And I don't think Amanda just went bonkers. I think that there are things that have happened that led up to them. So she first tweeted out, "My dad was verbally and physically blank to me as a child. I need to tell the truth about my dad. He called me ugly as a child and then asked me if I wanted to do the nasty with him, and I did not know how to respond, and I said no. And then I was forced to live with my dad, which was a total nightmare," which is obviously like, oh my gosh, makes my stomach actually start to hurt. I feel so bad for her. Going back down to the bottom, "My dad did stuff to himself in front of me so many times that I started recording him on my phone in hopes of catching him. Saying or doing something inappropriate around me so I can get him arrested and put him in jail for the rest of his blank life," which is really a huge claim. "My mom knows that my father literally and physically, like, you know, when people who are related do things to each other, towards his own daughter, and the fact that she never called the police on him embarrasses me to no end." Oh, that is so sickening and so sad. And obviously those are some huge claims about Amanda's parents. But I want to be 100% upfront and say that Amanda actually did recant the whole statement and claims about her father. Actually, LA Times made a whole article about it. Amanda Bynes accuses dad of, doing that and then recants it. Her parents are heartbroken, which I'm sure her dad, if he didn't do this, was really heartbroken. But also, like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that type of stuff just doesn't come out of nowhere. Like mental illness or like substance or not. Like that's obviously some baggage or something that she needed to release from her soul. And maybe it was Dan Snyder and she was associated with her dad because her dad put her in that position. I have no idea. We'll talk about him in a minute. But she recanted it. But like the way that she recanted it wasn't in a way that I felt like, oh yeah, of course, like that never happened. Like Amanda, she was just going through it. No, she tweeted, "My dad never did any of those things to me. The microchip in my brain made me say those things, but he's the one that ordered them to microchip me." So again, I feel like that's like the Dan Snyder reference, and maybe it's not a Dan Snyder reference, but like, it almost makes you feel like Illuminati or like MK Ultra. Like, I don't want to get into that because that's when YouTube starts getting mad at you for bringing up those words. But it makes me think that she went through something and her dad ordered it to happen or allowed it to happen, and now maybe she associates that pain with her dad. I mean, Hollywood is a very, very extremely dark place. And growing up as a child star, especially during that time when like social media was not as strong, so it's not like she could just reach out or do whatever, or had the, idea that this was wrong because she had someone or a phone to reach out to. It's crazy how much power the internet and technology has given us, but they didn't have that during that time, and I do feel like she was definitely taken advantage of at some point, whether it was by her father or someone else, and that definitely leads up to the issues that she was going through. This is around the time where Amanda was going into facilities and ended up in a conservatorship, and it was super messy. Actually, someone related to Britney Spears. People always ask, like, Britney Spears and Amanda Bynes, like, I feel like they are kind of similar, but they are also very different, but they both have a relationship to this Sam Lufty guy, and he actually, like, helped coordinate this whole thing, like pretty much threw her into the conservatorship by convincing her that she was going to LA to meet with a lawyer, but she actually went to a psychiatric ward, which obviously, like, that puts a bad taste in my mouth, because I feel like if someone wants recovery, they need to want it. They don't need to be convinced or forced into it. But yeah, now she's in this conservatorship, and so is Britney, and I'm like, wait, why are all these, like, women getting in conservatorships related to him? I don't know, but I don't think he's the one. Obviously, he's not the one that put Britney in that one, but did he put in Amanda? I'm not too sure. But now I want to talk a little bit about that insider scoop moment and just share a little snippet of what they said about Amanda, because again, this is not coming from me. This is not my thoughts, my feelings, or even how I think it went down. This is just someone who I know is close to them, or was close to Amanda, because I verified it and they sent me this, and I am just going to share with you guys. I didn't even ask them if I can share it, but I'm just going to share it. So I'm going to read it and just speed it up for a little bit so it's not so long, because I am the slowest reader, and then we can just maybe talk about it after. Okay, so this person just goes right in.
Amanda began exhibiting signs of mental deviations and stopped working and met all the DSM's requirements for a certain condition. She was spending money rapidly, making outlandish claims, malnourished, and threw a heavy out the window in Manhattan onto the sidewalk, a clear danger to both herself and the public.
Okay, that is something that she did do, but she also is struggling with mental health issues, so I mean, it's not like the end of the world. Like, should she lose the rights to her life because of that, like conservatorship? I don't know.
She was tweeting erratic nonsense, and she even confessed to being embarrassed by Today,
I guess the TV show.
Her family has always been very close to her. Her mother is her rock. Her dad is a hard-working dentist. Her siblings are outstanding citizens. There is zero history of any substance use in her family, nor physical, harm. Her parents are still happily married, and Amanda lived with them until her early 20s by choice. Her conservatorship was well thought out. It was no surprise to her. She was told about it, given all the materials to explain it and even contest it. She chose not to. She was evaluated by a team of doctors, and her parents absolved themselves from the entire process, and an interim person was chosen by the court to be her main conservator, and her mom was chosen by Amanda herself to be her primary.
Which again is interesting, because isn't a conservatorship for someone who's incapable of making decisions? So why would they make their decision on who is taking care of them? I don't know. It's a little bit weird, but obviously she can make her own choices. I feel like Amanda could.
Her folks live in Texas and have a home in California. Amanda lives in California, so she's not bound to any strict rules. As you can see, she has total liberty of her social media and car and boyfriends, etc., etc.
That part, I was like, wait, but she was just spotted the first time for 6 months. I feel like she's in a facility that she doesn't want to be in, because she was complaining about her facility pretty much the last time we heard about her on social media.
I have been going to a treatment center that charges $5,200 a month. There's no reason why I shouldn't go to a therapist who takes my insurance for $5,000 less a month. This is why I've asked to see the judge next week regarding this conservatorship issue.
Going back to the message.
Her family has money of their own. They allow a third-party business manager to handle what money Amanda has left, and actually have helped her invest it so she can earn more, because she hasn't worked in a decade. Amanda can contest her conservatorship at any time, but she hasn't met the criteria in order to do so, and seems to be doing as well as she possibly can. Her parents are very humble and sweet people that they care a lot. They have more money than her, so money isn't a factor at all. They owned a thriving dental facility for 40 years. They are much older parents than normal.
I don't know what that means. I guess her parents are super old.
But they Skype and visit that Amanda has often, in no way is this conservatorship anything like the scam that Brittany is involved in. Amanda isn't even in LA, it's Ventura County, and it's run by reputable people, and they are very caring, and there's a sincere judge on the case. So
that's good to know that the judge at least is kind of legitimate, but that was a message from someone who is supposedly, you know, I confirmed that they are exclusively, you know, I confirmed who they were, but like they were a part of this whole mess, and that's their interpretation on it. And even though that's the information I got, you know, I take everything with a grain of salt, and I'm gonna, or sand, I guess, take everything with a grain of sand, because you never know who you can trust out here. And I just wanted to present that because it's something I got, and you guys know my YouTube is like my diary, so I just let you guys know what I heard, and I want to hear what you guys think about that. So let me know in the comments below. The last thing I want to mention is that I hinted that Dan Schneider is obviously a problem, and I do believe that he did some things to a lot of Disney people, and that he is a very sketchy man, and there's a reason why they got rid of him from Nickelodeon. But that doesn't take away all the trauma and baggage that he left all these child stars with, and all these child stars who are doing so badly right now. I feel like he could have a part in that. You guys have been asking for a Dan Schneider video, and I am working on one, but I want to see if you guys have anything you want to share about something you found online, whether it's a Reddit thing or a tweet, like anything helps. So send it to my email at sloanwellknown@gmail.com, SLOANWELLKNOWN, I think, at gmail.com. It's in my little description, but I would love to hear what you guys have, because I want to make a big video that has a lot of stuff and it doesn't leave anything out. So this was kind of the missing piece from my Amanda video, and I feel like now we know a little bit more about her dad, but now we need to dig a little bit deeper into her past and figure out what Dan did to all these kids to leave them like so traumatized now. So leave a comment below on what you think. Do you trust the source that I got from? Because I don't know how I feel about the source. Like, he's a legitimate person, but like I just don't know. And also, do you believe that Amanda's dad probably did things to her because those tweets came out? What are your opinions? Leave them in the comments below. Last time that we talked about Amanda, she was actually seen in public recently, the first time in 6 months, and some people were like questioning whether she's pregnant. Honestly, I have no like comments on her appearance or anything at all. I mean, I think she looks glowing, but I have no idea. I did actually do a little snooping online about her pregnancy to see if anything has been posted, and I read some article that was like, if she had like gave birth to a baby, that she would have to immediately give up the rights to it because she's in a conservatorship. So that's insane to me, and I just feel like the conservatorship is a little bit too much, you know what I mean? But I want to hear what you guys think, so comment below, subscribe to my channel, and today is my birthday, I think. If this is coming out on Friday, December 11th, it's my birthday, so happy birthday to me, but I will see you guys soon. Bye, friends.